Hey guys, Jfarr here. In this video we'll cover the auto turret along with its acquisition, placement, modes, attachments, range, durability and setup. If you would like to catch up on the electrical side of things, I would recommend watching my electricity guide, which will play a role in helping understand the setting up of the auto turret. The auto turret is a level 2 workbench item, costing a total of 730 scrap for the tech tree. You could also directly research it at a research table for 500 scrap. Once you research the item, you'll need a laptop, CCTV camera and 10 high quality metal to craft. Here are the loot containers and their chances for finding the targeting computer and CCTV camera. Finally, the high quality metal is gathered from mining metal ore. If you'd like to know more about each component, I have a dedicated components guide to help you out. However, if you just need to get your hands on one, you can purchase it from the Outpost weapon shop for 400 scrap. I would recommend unlocking it through the tech tree, as you would need a medium battery, which is a part of the unlock path, to power multiple turrets or appliances at the same time. Finally, you can find the auto turret within loot boxes such as the treasure box, lock crate, elite tier crate, military crate, yellow crate and scientist bodies. Once you have your hands on an auto turret, find a suitable location to place it down. You can see which way it's facing along with the aim cone when placing it down. You can also rotate the turret's placement by pressing R. The auto turret can only detect players within its aim cone radius, which is 180 degrees, but once locked on can move 360 degrees to shoot the enemy. The turret works best placed up against a wall or in a corner, so players can't easily get up behind it. If you do need to place turrets out in the open, I would suggest pairing them together so each turret covers a weak spot of the other. Don't leave any spots where the enemy can sneak up behind it or evade its aim cone. If you decide you don't like the spot you place your turret, you can pull out your hammer and hold E to pick it up. I would recommend against placing the turret behind a low wall or window, as it will block a lot of the turret's visibility, allowing players to sneak up to it when crouched. Prison cell walls will also block some of the bullets fired from the turret, making them overall less effective. You can instead use a chain link fence that doesn't block any bullets fired and will stop people from gaining access to it. Avoid placing the turret on the edge of a platform looking down. The turret can vertically target and shoot players. However, if the turret has to look down, it can start shooting itself. This can be used by enemy players to bait your turret into continually firing and eventually destroying itself. Also, when the turret is behind a wall, the mechanical sounds will be blocked out, so no need to fear raiders finding your loot rooms based on the sounds. When the turret is unpowered, you'll need to first walk up to it to get access, but if you place it down, you automatically have access. All of your teammates will need to do the same, or you can do it for them. Otherwise, when the turret is powered, they will be shot. However, you can bypass this by changing its firing mode. Hold E on it to get the options menu. From here you can control the state the turret is in, such as if it will shoot anyone unauthorized or only shoot if they have been aggressive or have a weapon out. This is a great option for community environments or a player driven shop. Other options include rotating the turret if you want to change the direction it looks for enemies, deauthorizing yourself, and deauthorizing anyone who has got access just in case an enemy quickly gained access. The turret can attach most weapons within the game. This even includes an Ioka pistol, nail gun, low tier shotguns, or a trumpet that will toot at your enemies. Older videos of the auto turret show it comes with a built-in AK. This is not the case anymore, and you'll need to provide your own gun on top of the turret's base. For a budget and scalable build, it's recommended to use the Python revolver. This is due to the turret being deadly accurate, along with the Python's high damage and fire rate output. If you're looking for something to take down a person in a single shot, I'd recommend using the bolt action rifle. This thing is insane within the auto turret and can keep people back while using little ammo. It will be near impossible to dodge and weave away from an accurate bolt action turret. However, other solid contenders include the semi-auto rifle or classic AK. If you place an empty weapon into the attachment slot along with its ammo, the turret will automatically reload it once you exit the menu, or if you already have the ammo within it. This means you can use it to reload any weapon instantly. Here's how long it takes to reload and shoot an M249. compared to putting into a turret and auto reloading. So if you need to quickly reload your guns, just put them into the auto turret with ammo. The max range of the auto turret is 29 to 30 meters and is not dependent on the attached weapon. Therefore, if players can see your auto turret from over 29 meters away, they'll be able to freely shoot your auto turret and eventually destroy it, without the turret returning fire. For durability, the turret contains 1000 HP, and when looking at the explosives, the high velocity rocket is the cheapest explosive option in sulfur to destroy, for a total of 600 sulfur. However, you can use other items such as a single incendiary rocket, satchel charges, explosive ammo, HE grenades, an MLRS rocket, or flamethrower, depending on your situation and how easy it is to access the turret. For the melee category, the fastest melee option includes using 2 jackhammers, which takes a total of 21 seconds to destroy. Finally, for the gun category, you can use a double barrel shotgun to destroy the turret, taking close to 3 minutes but only costing 280 sulfur and ammo. When damaged, however, the turret can turn a full 360 degrees to shoot whoever is damaging it, so I'd recommend using a flamethrower if you can, as it will damage the turret over time, allowing you to peek around to light some extra flames. If you need range, it's recommended to use the high velocity rocket as it's fast and cheap, or an incendiary rocket as you'll only need to shoot it once while you sit and wait. If you can get up close to the turret, you can circle around it faster than it can aim at you. This means you could use a few jackhammers to take down the turret in just 20 seconds. Let's set up the auto turret in a practical environment to see how we can integrate it with our base's electrical grid. We'll also look at other options to power the turret, or how to easily decouple the turret from the main power grid, in case raiders target our power sources. Once again, if you're not familiar with the electrical system, I would recommend watching my electricity guide so you have a better foundation for what's going on. Starting off, we have the basic turret build, which includes a solar panel and small battery. This system won't really be expandable, since the turret will be taking up all of the small battery's output power. Place down your solar panel facing north if you're in the south side of the map, or facing south if you're in the north side of the map, in order to get the most power from it. Now go down and place your battery and connect the solar panel's output to the battery's input. Find a suitable location for the auto turret and place it down. Before switching on the turret's power, place a weapon inside of it along with its ammo, and make sure to correctly set up its modes as discussed previously. Now connect the battery's output directly to the auto turret's power input. The intermediate build includes setting up multiple turrets with a medium battery, multiple solar panels, switch, root combiner, and electrical branches. We're going to place down our solar panels and connect them together using a root combiner. Place down your battery and connect the root combiner's output to the medium battery. Now the power from both panels is flowing into the battery. Place down your turrets and a master switch between them. Once you've connected the battery to the switch, you can place down an electrical branch and set its pass-through node to 11. This is so we can send power to each auto turret. Connect up the turrets, so now we have successfully powered multiple turret devices. The expert build includes setting up multiple turrets with a medium battery, small batteries, wind turbine, switch, root combiner, and electrical branches. Do the same as we did for the intermediate build, but instead of solar panels, place down a wind turbine at a high location, giving us much more power. You can now remove the root combiner and connect the wind turbine straight to the battery, since in this scenario we'll be using just one power source. However, before connecting the turrets directly to the electrical branch, we want to place down a small battery at the base of each turret. Connect the branch's output nodes to each small battery and connect each small battery to the turret. Essentially, we want to trickle power into the turret's small battery, and if the main power grid ever gets overloaded or destroyed, each turret will remain operational for a small period of time while there is power within its small battery. The auto turret has seen a lot of changes over the past few years, considering you now need to include your own gun along with power. However, these options open up the turret to being even deadlier than before, so make sure to pick the right gun and turret placement depending on your situation. If you enjoyed, a like or sub would be appreciated. Thanks guys for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.